Hello and welcome once again. On this video we are going to share with you our mega parlay picks for today's matches, which are happening on Saturday, January 22nd. Welcome back to High Stakes. Let's get straight into it. Also, don't forget to subscribe to get notified as soon as we release these sport prediction videos. And if you would like more betting tips and predictions, then check out our Patreon in the link down below. Our new Patreon is a way for us to help you improve your chances of making more money. 5 plans are available for each and every one of you. You can get 30 extra betting picks all the way up to 500 extra betting picks per month. Stop wasting hours of your time searching for bad betting picks that ends up costing you a lot of money. Join the High Stakes Patreon now and get the best betting picks. We will start our first parlay pick by the NHL Hurricanes vs Devils match. Go with Carolina minus 1.5. Carolina has kept the status quo all year. They started hot and haven't lost a step all season. The Hurricanes are a much deeper and stronger team than the Devils. This might be a better matchup for the Devils if they were playing better than the Hurricanes at the moment. But even recently their records and play are a microcosm of the season. Entering Friday, Carolina is 7-1 in their last 10 games and are 5-1 in 7 games since returning to play from the holiday break. New Jersey has dropped 6 of their last 10 games and 4 of their last 5. The Devils have dropped 3 straight games, all against teams at or below .500. Carolina's strong showing in its massive showdown with the Rangers on Friday in a battle of the Metropolitan Division's 2 top teams in standings goes as a firm statement about just how deep and talented its roster currently is. Carolina's potent attack has created an xGF-60 rate of 3.65 in the month of January, and as expected with the talent this roster holds, the Canes have moved up to 4th in terms of offensive production with 3.57 goals per game this season. Both long and short-term form looks good for Carolina and bad for New Jersey. Head-to-head, Carolina has a significant statistical advantage as well. The Hurricanes have the NHL's top goals against per game, shots allowed per game, and penalty kill. They allow a full goal less per game than the Devils and haven't scored almost a full goal more per game. In NHL ranks, the Hurricanes score the 4th most goals per game, have the 3rd best face-off percentage, 5th best power play, and 2nd least goals against 5-on-5. All signs point toward Carolina doing what Carolina does in this game. Devils, that has yet to produce much in the way of success this season. Their sloppy defensive breakdowns as well as poor goaltending has seen them allow 14.19 goals against above expected this season, on pace for a similar mark to the 24.3 mark the team set last year. The Devils have allowed 3.57 goals against per game over their last 7 contests, with several of those games coming against some notably soft competition, which these Hurricanes absolutely are not. There are still enough offensive pieces that I think New Jersey can find a way to cage a few against a Carolina team skating in night 2 of a back-to-back situation and without Anderson starting, but to me the most likely way this game should go is a Hurricanes win in a relatively high-scoring game. I see value on a Carolina win parlayed. Our second mega parlay pick will also be on the NHL Montreal Canadiens vs Colorado Avalanche match. Our pick will be Colorado Avalanche minus 1.5. The current winning run of the Colorado Avalanche, 27-8-3, extended to 5 outings after the team stretched out its ongoing point streak to 11 matchups, 10-0-1, following a 4-1 triumph against the Los Angeles Kings at Crypto.com Arena on Thursday. Mikko Rantanen, 21 goals, 48 points this year. Kiefer Sherwood, 1 goal, 2 points. Nicholas Ogkubel, 6 goals, 13 points. And Devon Toews, 8 goals, 28 points, all scored for the Avs, who netted a snipe in each of the first 2 periods before the hosts cut their initial 2-0 lead in half at 8:58 of the middle frame, with Colorado adding 2 more strikes, including an empty netter, in the final third. There are a few teams in the NHL that are on fire right now. Not sure any team is as hot as Colorado. The Avalanche haven't lost in regulation in 12 games dating back to December 16th. The Canadiens on the other hand only have 1 win since that same date of December 16th. Montreal's last 5 regulation losses have all been by at least 2 goals. Colorado has won 5 straight, with 2 of those being by at least 2 goals. They also have the league's most goals scored per game with 4.18, which is a full 2 goals more than Montreal's NHL least 2.18 goals. The Canadiens also have the NHL's worst goals prevention, as they give up 3.67 goals per game on average. The best defense in the NHL at the moment is about to face off against the worst defense in the league. So, if anything, a big win for the better side is definitely on the cards here. Even more so after the Avalanche have already beaten the Canadiens in 4 of their past 5 overall meetings, notching victories by a margin of at least 2 snipes on 2 occasions. In fact, Colorado has triumphed by more than 1 goal in 3 of its past 4 contests, while 7 of the most recent 10 setbacks of Montreal have all been by a gap of at least 2 tallies. These teams have played against each other once already this season, and the Avs won 4-1. They have already showed what a lopsided matchup these teams are. But here are a few more lopsided stats that favor Colorado. Goal differential, plus 46 to minus 57, shot differential, plus 147 to minus 228, 5 on 5 goals scored, 101 to 59, and 5 on 5 goals against, 73 to 87. Looks pretty good that this game will be similar and have a similar outcome to their first matchup this season. Quick reminder, don't forget to subscribe to get notified as soon as we release these sport prediction videos, and if you would like more betting tips and predictions, then check out our Patreon in the link down below. Our new Patreon is a way for us to help you improve your chances of making more money. 5 plans are available for each and every one of you. You can get 30 extra betting picks all the way up to 500 extra betting picks per month. Stop wasting hours of your time searching for bad betting picks that ends up costing you a lot of money. Join the high stakes Patreon now and get the best betting picks. Our third mega parlay pick will be on the NFL Cincinnati Bengals vs Tennessee Titans match. Our pick will be Tennessee Titans minus 3.5. This season, the Titans are 24th in the league in passing offense with 201.1 yards per contest and 5th in rushing offense by averaging 141.4 yards per game. Tennessee stands 15th in the league in scoring offense with 24.6 points per game and 6th in scoring defense by allowing 20.8 points per game. Ryan Tannehill is 357 of 531 passing for 3,734 yards with 21 touchdowns and 14 interceptions. He's 4th on the team with 270 rushing yards plus 7 scores, though he has been sacked 46 times already this season. Derrick Henry leads the team with 219 carries for 937 yards and 10 touchdowns this season. Donta Foreman, 133 carries, 566 yards, 3 TD, and Dontrell Hilliard, 56 carries, 350 yards, 2 TD, have carried the load with Henry on injured reserve. A.J. Brown leads the team with 63 receptions for 869 yards, plus 5 scores on the year. Julio Jones, 31 catches, 434 yards, TD, Nick Westbrook-Ikhine, 38 grabs, 476 yards, 4 TD, and Chester Rogers, 30 receptions, 301 yards, TD, are over the 250-yard mark in receiving yards this season. Michael Badgley was 1 of 2 on extra points and missed his lone field goal try this season. Randy Bullock is 42 of 45 on extra points and 26 of 31 on field goal attempts with a long of 51 this year. The Titans are healthy after the bye, giving them an extra week to rest and recover after the grind of the regular season. Tennessee expects to have Henry in the backfield again here after he missed the second half of the season with that foot injury. The Titans also expect Julio Jones and A.J. Brown to be at full speed. As of Thursday's injury report, the Titans have no players with an injury designation. Our fourth mega parlay pick for today will be on NFL Cincinnati Bengals vs Tennessee Titans match. Our pick will be over 47. Tennessee jumped to a big lead against Houston on the road in the regular season finale, but then had to hang on for dear life to secure the win and clinch the top seed in the AFC playoff field. The Titans finished the regular season 12-5 and have home field advantage for as long as they are in the postseason. Against Houston, Tennessee bolted to a 21-0 advantage at the half, but saw the Texans rally to close with 21-18 early in the fourth quarter. The Titans scored again with 7 minutes to go to take a 28-18 lead, only to see Houston climb within 3 with 4:04 to go. Tennessee managed to run out the clock as their ground game helped them carry them to a win. The Titans held a 405-363 edge in total offense, picked up 23 first downs, while allowing 18, and held a 33-34 to 26-26 advantage in time of possession. Neither side turned the ball over in the game. For the year, the Bengals are 7th in the league in passing offense with 259 yards per contest, while they are 23rd in rushing with 102.5 yards per game. Cincinnati is 7th in the league in scoring offense with 27.1 points per game, while they stand 17th in scoring defense by allowing an average of 22.1 points per game. Joe Burrow has completed 366 of 520 passes for 4,611 yards with 34 touchdowns against 14 interceptions. Brandon Allen, 17 of 34, 149 yards, 2 TD, is the backup QB. Joe Mixon has been effective in the run game as he's totaled 292 carries for 1,205 yards and 13 scores. He's done the heavy lifting as next in line is Samaje Perine, who has 55 carries for 246 yards and 2 scores on the season. In the passing game, Tyler Boyd was third on the team with 67 catches for 828 yards plus 5 scores. Jammer Chase, team high 81 catches, team high 1,455 yards, 13 TD, and T. Higgins, 74 catches, 1091 yards, 6 TD, are solid secondary options. Evan McPherson has hit 46 of 48 extra point attempts and 28 of 33 field goal tries with a long of 58 this season. Elliott Fry hit his lone extra point try and his lone field goal attempt, which came from 36 yards, on the year. I expect Tannehill to be aggressive early in this game and put pressure on a banged-up Bengals defense. On the other side, I didn't love what I saw in the second half from the Bengals offense on Saturday against the Raiders. However, the game script could dictate them abandoning the run in the second half and relying on their weapons on the outside. The Titans' defense is rested and has been stellar since the bye week, but I think Cincinnati will score just enough to creep this game over the total. And our fifth mega parlay pick for today will be NCAA Texas vs Oklahoma State. Our pick will be Oklahoma State win plus 7.5. Oklahoma State might not have anything to play this year for thanks to a postseason ban, but they are going to be a thorn in the side of the Big 12 anyway. They are riding a 2-game winning streak that has evened their conference record at 3-3, and they have already beaten Texas this season, pulling away in the second half to win by 13 in Stillwater. This is a talented group capable of hanging with any program, home or away, as they showed that by beating Baylor on the road last week. The Oklahoma State Cowboys are averaging 69.8 points on 43% shooting and allowing 65.5 points on 39.2% shooting. Bryce Thompson is averaging 10.6 points and 2.2 rebounds, while Avery Anderson III is averaging 10.4 points and 2.9 rebounds. Caleb Boone is dishing 0.8 assists, and Bryce Thompson is grabbing 2.2 rebounds. The Oklahoma State Cowboys are shooting 29.4% from beyond the arc and 65.7% from the free throw line. The Oklahoma State Cowboys are allowing 32.9% shooting from deep and are grabbing 34.8 rebounds per game. All season long I have struggled to figure out Texas, and now the coach is trying to do it too. The Longhorns have lost their last 2 games, including a shocking 1-point loss to Kansas State. It still doesn't make sense how bad this team is offensively at times. When they lost to Oklahoma State they only scored 51 points, a season low. I keep wanting to give Texas the benefit of the doubt, but it is getting tougher. The Texas Longhorns are going to get the benefit of the doubt at home, and they are the better team here, but they've looked a little shaky their last couple games. The Oklahoma State Cowboys are coming off strong performances against Baylor and TCU, and they could be a team ready to make a move up the Big 12 rankings. OK State could a sneaky team these next few weeks. We have an interesting dynamic here with Texas being favored on the road, getting hammered by Oklahoma State in Stillwater, and then being an even bigger favorite at home. With the way the Longhorns play defense, they do not have to be great offensively to win and cover at home. They are just 7-5 at TS at the Irwin Center. They are also just 8-8 at TS as a favorite this season. I admit to being burned a few times by the Longhorns, so I am a little gun-shy, especially against an opponent that has beaten them so recently. Disclaimer, no financial advice. The information on this channel is provided for education and informational purposes only, without any express or implied warranty of any kind, including warranties of accuracy, completeness, or fitness for any particular purpose. The information contained in or provided from or through this channel is not intended to be and does not constitute financial advice, investment advice, trading advice, or any other advice. The information on this channel and provided from or through this channel is general in nature and is not specific to you the user or anyone else. You should not make any decision, financial, investment, trading or otherwise, based on any of the information presented on this channel without undertaking independent due diligence and consultation with a professional broker or financial advisory.